everybody, welcome. I am Teresa with Keep in Touch Crafts, and I am out of Oak Grove, Minnesota. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to be having some fun with some stamping and a kit, paper pumpkin kit that we have through Stampin' Up. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and we hopefully have everything ready here for you. I am going to see if anybody's logged on here yet with us. We are going to be having this shown also on YouTube, and so if you are watching this on YouTube or the replay later on, thank you so much for joining me and for tuning in. This is, I always have to look, June 29th, 2021. We are getting ready here, us demonstrators for Stampin' Up. We have a new catalog we're going to dig into here pretty soon, where it's a mini catalog, but we have a lot of product to get to know, and it's just a fun time of year when we can try a bunch of products and get inspired, but hopefully we can inspire you as well. I did get a paper pumpkin this month, which as you probably know is a kit that you can get to your, sent to your home every month. And this month is my all-time favorite that I've seen before, because I am really into alcohol ink, I have to say that slowly, painting and crafting and that kind of thing, and they have really come out with some products that have some of those colors and that technique, that look to them, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. And it's even in a paper pumpkin kit, so yay. I can't imagine one beating this one, so I'll be sharing that with you and some projects. I'm going to actually do the 3 cards with you. I haven't made them yet that come in the kit. I'll be making those as we go through to kind of get familiarized with the kit. And then I have a few other things that I've made that are just some alternatives, different things you can do with your products if you prefer, or if you have the things. I'm going to be showing you a fun fold, which has a closure that's kind of a slide closure. So if you want to make that along with me, you would need 3 circles that are the same size. I think mine is around 2.5, 2 3/4 inches. One of them should match your project, whatever that's going to end up to be. It could be white if you want, but then the other 2, the color doesn't really matter. They don't show. They're kind of on the back, so white or whatever color you prefer will work for that. So you can gather that if you'd like. Let's see, just getting things ready, guys. So we are going to get everything set here. I am going to show you a few things. I learned another step that I can show my computer now too. So I'm going to show you a couple things. You're just going to see my desktop. But one thing going on today, it's only today, is if you place an order, you can have free shipping. So if you want to place an order through me, if you don't have a demonstrator, by all means, feel free. I'd love it. Thank you. But here is, they're having free shipping today only, and I'm going to take this off of there. So you do have to place a $50 order, so it's not just free shipping for no reason, but it has to be a $50 order. But that really can make a big difference. It's like getting a pack of jewels or some of the gems for free, but it is only today. I think it goes until like midnight, but that would be mountain time, so it gives you a little extra time. So if you need something, now would be a good time to do it, and get that little bonus. So we'll come back here, and what else do we have going on? I was also going to show you, let's see, another thing going on is they have a last chance sale going on, where some of the things in our previous catalog are going out. So between this and our clearance section, you can get some really good deals. So feel free to check that out as well. A lot of those are going to be going away soon. But feel free to look around and see if there's something that you can get a really good deal with. And another thing I wanted to show you is the next paper pumpkin is going to have a kind of an outdoor theme to it. So you can see it's kind of got this diorama look right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Yes. So there is it's kind of that layered look to it. So that's going to be nice. I see they kind of give us a little bit of info on the background. It doesn't really tell us too much. But I see it looks like kind of camping and pine trees and layers. So it's adventure themed, I guess. So that's kind of cool. And so we are going to be able to get started here pretty soon. And I am going to now show you my work surface, and we'll get to work on making some things with that kit, okay? Hang on, here we go. All right, so I was just showing you here alcohol ink techniques. You can see that it's my thing. I like to make things look alcohol ink. I just think that's kind of a cool look. So these are some things I have done on my own before. So when Stampin' Up! Came out with this kit, I, of course, was very excited about it. And here it kind of comes in this cool box too, which is very cool. You could even cover this part up with a card or something and then give someone a gift in it. Kind of cover up some of that stuff on the side and that kind of thing too. But so in this one, here is the flyer that comes in it, and you make there's 3 different types of cards, and you make 3 of each, so you're making 9 cards. This one here, this green one, that's a little bit smaller. I'm trying to get that to you so you can kind of see it. And then the other 2 are the regular size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 finished size cards. They come with the envelopes as well and all the supplies, and then the instructions too. So we're going to be making those cards in a moment. And let's see, I'm going to kind of get you acclimated with what is coming in this kit. Some of this is, like, I don't have a whole lot of it left because I really like it. And I've been using it a lot, so that didn't come in it. You do get the note cards. I should just show you. I have them set aside. So you get the stuff here. I'm going to be making 1 of each of the cards. So I put everything in here that we need for each one. And then it comes with a stamp set. And this stamp set says, "You are amazing. Thanks for everything." And then sending hugs, and then many. So sending many hugs, and then congratulations. Now there is like a flower type. I don't know if you can see that very well. We'll be stamping that. Maybe it would look better here. Can you kind of see that? That's kind of what the image looks like. It's a flower and some greenery around it. And then you also get this little, this stamp kind of gives that alcohol ink texture to it. It's really going to be hard to show, but this is going to get stamped on there to make it have that alcohol ink technique look to it. And that's going to add some color and that kind of thing. So it's just kind of different, a different type of a stamp, but it's going to add a lot to it. You can't really tell probably on here, but it looks like it's, thicker and thinner in some areas. It's like, it's not just a solid. So you'll see that as we use it. And that went along with this. Don't want to lose that. Also, it comes with some little teeny stamps that you could decorate envelopes or inside. A little greenery piece, a round circle, and then a little flower too. So we will be using these. So I'm going to keep them out. It comes with the ink. It comes with 2 ink spots. It comes with Evening Evergreen and Bumblebee. So those are the colors we're going to use. I am going to use the regular size pads, the bigger ones, just because I have them. They're open, they're ready, I'm used to them. And then I don't have to open these, and maybe they can be prizes or whatever. And these kits are great for when you're traveling too, because you can bring them with you just in one box, and then you can have everything you need all together. So that is really nice. So I have my ink out, and It comes with the adhesive spots. So those are all you need for that. It comes with, I know it comes with some dimensionals, and I gotta find where I put them. But it does come with dimensionals, and I'll show you those as we make it. Then the Evening Evergreen Baker's Twine, some of that. And I don't know if you can see these embellishments are kind of an iridescent look to these sequins. And they do have adhesive on them. So that is a nice, quick, simple way to add some sparkle and that kind of thing. Oh, there, that shows it a little better. So yeah, it comes with that as well. And this kit is really nice because it has vellum elements to it. It has already colored greenery pieces and die cuts and just a lot. You'll see as we make these 3 cards, you'll be able to see all that comes with it, because it does have some really pretty details. Now this vellum isn't colored, and that is something you can color on your own if you want to. You'd be able to, a lot of times we can sponge color or use blends on the back, and then that kind of makes it kind of muted a little bit. It's really pretty that way. So that's something you can do with the vellum. And with vellum, you do have to be careful where you put your adhesive. Any adhesive dots will show, so you want to put them in an area where there is maybe some of the white, or if you're going to have maybe a sequins over it or a bow, or another like part of a label, you kind of want to disguise that. Another thing you can do if you aren't able to do that, you can use our liquid Tombow glue and then just sponge this on the back all over everything. Just like sponge it all over and then glue it down, and then you don't really see it as much that way either. So that's a kind of a nice way to do it if you want the whole thing to be adhered down onto your project. All right, so I think that's all I need to show you right now. I'm going to pull in our projects. I don't know. Oh, yeah. All right, so the first one I'm going to make, I just randomly grabbed one here, and that is this yellow one. So I have not made any of these yet, so I am going to be learning along with you. Let's see, where do I begin here? There we go. All right, so what we need to do is this one has all of these cutouts or punch out die cuts that we'll be using. So that is cool. I have it upside down. Huh, that's not too helpful. So what we're doing, it shows us to use glue dots and adhere this really pretty vellum. It has some detail already on it, the white leaves on there. And before I forget, I wanted to tell you that it does match the set that we have. It also coordinates with this set, the Expressions in Ink Suite that's in the catalog. So if you happen to have these, I think the paper is on back order right now, but if you have this set, that is something that will coordinate along with this paper pumpkin kit. So you'd be able to kind of stretch it out a little bit. And yeah, this flyer came in the kit that talks about the Expressions in Ink Suite and what comes in that. So if you, let's see, scan this code to take a peek at the paper. Ooh, you could scan that code. That's cool. So beautiful, beautiful paper with some gold foil on that. And here's the stamp set itself, artistically inked, and it has really beautiful dies that come with that set. Here you can get the greenery, and this is really gorgeous. That can be die cut out. So you've probably seen me use this in other things, but just wanted you to be aware that these do coordinate. So like this greenery on this vellum, it's the same pattern, that same look to it. So that's kind of why I wanted there. What reminded me, oh yeah, that coordinates together. I wanted you to know that. All right, let's get this out of the way and get going. So what we were told to do on this one in the instructions are to use the glue dots and adhere the vellum onto the card base. So this one uses a yellow bumblebee, actually, card base, and it's going to be this vertical orientation. We are going to be adhering this on the front, and we're supposed to do that. I just want to follow all these instructions so that you kind of get an idea how to do that. I don't know where I put my take your pick tool. Oh yeah, there it is. And I wanted to, yikes, get the glue dots off of here. So it made it look like the instructions show just to put it in the center. I don't know if you can see that there. Probably not. Maybe I should move this over. I want you to kind of be able to see what I'm doing here, like where I'm getting this information, right? Okay, so the instructions clearly show that 4 glue dots are going to go in the center here on the back. So I'm going to put those on there. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now these types of kits are just really, really nice, especially if you're a new crafter, because you might not have all the supplies. You might not, really feel comfortable with doing a lot of this on your own. This way everything's laid out for you, and it's a great way to learn and start out. So I'm gonna, I have those on here. You could probably saw me do that, right? I don't know if you can tell on here. You can see a little bit of shininess there. And so I'm gonna put that down in the middle and then press down on those glue dots. I'm gonna scoot it over a little bit more. So it's centered all the way around. Alrighty, about like so. That's where the glue dots are, so now that's in place. The next step is to punch out these die cut pieces. So we have that in here. I already did that part. They come in a sheet, on a sheet. All you do is just punch them out. Super simple. I have a mess. And I did pre-cut my twine for this one. It says the instructions show that you need 12 inches of the green twine. So I did that, cut that out. And so now these, it shows to kind of arrange them in the center, kind of however you want. I think you just kind of splay them, have them like so. Put them kind of in the center and just kind of do it however you want. And they are putting glue dots just in the very center so that these 3 are only each on with 1 glue dot. So I'm going to kind of look at it first with them in place before I glue them down, just to get an idea how they should go, because I don't know. Looks like, I don't know if it matters which one's on top. I think they have the green on top. So, and maybe the purple on the bottom. It's hard to know. So we'll try and see how that looks. So if you have that, and then you'd maybe go like that, and then like so, maybe? I don't know. I would want to play with this a little so that it doesn't look like a mess, which it kind of does anyways, I guess, but you just put a mess on there, apparently. Or you can do it however you want. Like, to me, I feel like that's a lot. Like, I don't know that I'd want to put that many on there, but I will, because I want to do it the way they say. And you just need 1 glue dot on each. I'm going to make sure that it looks like, I'm going to look at the picture of the finished one and see if I can tell how they look as far as the die cuts. So they're more up and down, I think. They're not just splayed all over. They kind of make it so they're a spray up and a spray down. And I think the green's on top. Okay, that kind of helps to look at that. So we will keep that in mind, a spray up and a spray down rather than all over. And we'll put some glue dots on these. Just one in the center of each on the back. So there. And here. Now this section does get kind of covered up with the label that we're going to be putting on there, or the sentiment. And so you don't have to worry. That's kind of like, the center part's kind of chunky and not really finished as much, but that's why that will be covered. So we will start with, I will put the purple down first. And I just want to take this little backing piece off, and it just leaves the glue dot right there in the center. I don't know if you can see it very well. And now I'm going to go, let's see how they have it. I think they had like two, maybe two up and one down, like so. Okay. Then I'm going to do the pink one. Take the liner off. And this goes definitely up and down, so maybe like that. Don't know. And then one more, the green goes on top. So since the purple one had two sprays on the top and one on the bottom, I'll do the green the opposite, with one on the top, maybe one on the top and two on the bottom. I don't know. Like that. I don't know. Gotta play with this because it kind of looks messy. I just want a little bit up there, and I don't know, maybe like this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. I might want to move it around. Could always cut them apart and put them on how you want. But again, I'm just trying to do it how they show, just to, so people can see what it's like to actually, you know, do the project as is. All right, so the next thing it shows, I think I'm needing I'm going to be stamping, so I'll get that ready. So our next step, oh wow, is that kind of shows it better there. That's just getting all of the things together. So I see here, it did show like for each of our three projects exactly what you need to grab. You needed the envelope, the yellow, the vellum, this square, or I'm sorry, rectangle. These are 5 of the sequins, 12 inches of the twine, and then the 3 die cuts, and just yellow stamp pad, your acrylic block, and then some glue dots and dimensionals. That's what we needed, and that's what I had already put in the envelope. And now we're doing the assembly. So next thing is, it said the do I have it upside down again? Ay, ay, ay. All right, we did that one. Step 3 is to kind of make a little knot, and you're going to put that on top. So it looks like it's just kind of a loop, and like a big bow is kind of what they're doing. So you can kind of do it however you want, but I think I'm going to just sort of tie it like a big bow, and then pull it so that the loops are large, so it's kind of just, yeah, right. So it's kind of just spreading out a little bit. You can just you know, tape it down how you want it to be as well, and you just be able, like sometimes people go, you know, they might just kind of do it like this, kind of like so, and then it's kind of already how they have it, isn't it? And then the label kind of covers that up. The sentiment does. So I'll just try it this way and see. Kind of want to even it out a little bit. I want it to kind of fill in maybe an area that's not filled in very well. It's very loose, loosey-goosey, and like kind of imperfect, you know, like just free form. How's that? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. And then, I don't know. So that's kind of what they're doing, I guess. this will be going over to cover all of that up. Okay. That should work. Although they did have it a little bit more horizontal. So maybe I should try to do that a little bit. Like so, maybe. Although I don't want this long thing. This is one of those things you could try like 5 times and it'll never look the same. You just kind of go with it and don't try to get it perfect, because it's just supposed to be a little bit of thread showing through. I probably could actually do this on the back of the labels also. So what I'm going to do next is stamp the congratulations on the label here. I need a little piece of scrap paper though to do it on. All right, so we need congratulations. I'll get that off of here. Alrighty, and I'll put that on an acrylic block. One comes, like if you do get a paper pumpkin, it comes in your very first kit that you get in the mail comes with a block in it. This isn't the exact block. I don't know that I have one right here, but you get a clear block that you can use for all of your paper pumpkins in the future. And it's supposed to be in this bumblebee ink. And what's nice about photopolymer, which is this type of clear stamp, is that it's clear. You can see where you're going with it, which is nice. So I am going to stamp this right in the center, hopefully straight, without my big head in the way, even though it is a little. See? Nice firm pressure, not too much rocking. Okay, very good. And we'll close up this ink so that I don't get it everywhere, because I usually do get it everywhere. And we are going to adhere that to the center of our card. Now this one uses dimensionals on the back. So hopefully I planned ahead and actually put the dimensionals in here. Where's my envelope even? I think I moved it to the side. Oh yes, I think they're in there. Yay, dimensionals. You get a whole sheet of these, so you would have what you need. I just cut an end off of it so that I would have it. We'll put some here, and this just lifts this label up a little bit off of the project, kind of makes it jump out at you a little bit more. And I didn't like how that was yet, so I'm not happy with that. I might actually just put it on the back of the label. You can just kind of do something like this, and you can just kind of go on the back. I'm gonna cheat and use tape. Actually, I need a little bit smaller piece of tape because that's too big. See, that's why they give you the right size of glue dots, because then you don't have to worry about that being too big. All right, so I will arrange that a little better in a second. I'm going to go ahead and take off the liner off of the dimensionals and put that down in the center. So I would probably take a little time and get things arranged how I would want it. Like, yeah, okay. So then after that, we can put on 5 of the fancy the sequins. Didn't I get them? Where are you? So let's get some of those, because that's an important part. We have to have the little shiny bling on there, don't we? Where did I put them? I tell you, oh, I found the dimensionals. It helps if you look through the whole box, because that's where everything is. And, yeah, I gotta find what I did with the little sequins, because I was just showing them to you. Probably have them right in front of me. All right, so here's our other two projects that we're gonna be doing. Here's our adhesives. And here is the envelope. I probably will decorate this by stamping a little bit on there in the corner. You can use like some of these small ones for that. Put that back on there. I have these just ready to go. And, well, the sequins go on next, and you would just place them around. How's that? I know they're here, but, so that's the first card. Sort of completed. I just need those sequins, and they'll show up, and then I'll put them back on there. That's probably what will happen. All right, the next card, let's do the smaller one. That one, isn't that pretty? I love that look. This does have, a vellum thanks. And here, this one, I had the little sequins finally. So let's take a look at all the supplies that we need and make sure I have them all. The supply page shows me I need an envelope, check the dark green, the this one that has the alcohol ink on it, and I need 5 of the sequins, and I would stamp for everything, and then it also shows that you stamp like this one and this one, and then we'll see the colors, but it looks like both ink colors will be stamped. And then we need the small banner and the vellum thanks. Okay, so we'll get this, whoops. All right. So the instructions for the green one, first thing it says to do is to stamp in the green. We'll be stamping around, just kind of on the background of this green. So it's going to be a tone on tone, just kind of make it a subtle look in the background. So let's pull in my little stamping area here, and we are going to get these going and stamped. So looks like that's kind of small. Which ones do they use? I have to have the little flower, which is this. Okay, I'm adhering that one down. And then the other one, I just need my other bigger block for that. And I need the dark of this Evening Evergreen, which is a nice dark green color. And they just show on the actual sample instructions there, looks like about 3 of the larger one, and then a smattering of the smaller. So let's go with 3 of these. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'll try to kind of copy what they did. And this one was kind of more vertical like this. And one more, which was kind of sideways like that. Okay, so that's, see how it's just kind of subtle because it's tone on tone. And then we will use this small one, and it shows on the instructions just to kind of go around and kind of some of those open areas, it looks like. And you can go off the paper as well if you'd like that. And that. And another one here. Just kind of all over wherever you want that to be. Just making sure they're not using anything else. All right, so, and again, no right or wrong, just put it around wherever you like it to be on there. And I need to clean these. I'm going to do everything I can to not make a huge mess. That's not easy for me. We'll close this thing up and clean off the stamps on this ugly old Stampin', this a chamois. It's for cleaning it. I did just rinse it out right before I came on here, and it's clean. It cleans the stamps, but it just looks bad because it gets stained. But it works great, so that's what matters. All right, so we have the stamped images done. Next thing to do, step 2 is, it looks like adhere the green onto the, oh, I see, the piece that we just stamped onto, we're going to adhere that onto the base, this dark green card base. And again, this is a smaller one than the standard card. This one is about 3.5 by 5, and the others are 4 1/4, 5.5. So it's just a little bit smaller, but that will get adhered on like that. All right. So we will get out our glue dots and put one in each corner on the back. And there's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So then we just need to remove that liner, as you know. Just kind of poke that off there, get it out of the way, and they'll be nice and sticky then. And just little bits of glue needed. I mean, this is not very much adhesive, but it does hold well. You can always use your favorite adhesive if you don't want to putz with these. You could use the liquid Tombow, or you could use the seal adhesive. That would work great too. All right, so I'll see if it matters how this goes on. Looks like they kind of did it like that. Of course, we'll just center it here. Okay. All right, so that's adhered onto the center of this. And then the next thing to do is to put adhesive on the back, 3 dots on the back of the vellum word thanks. I've also seen where people color on the back of this too, if you want to make that pop out, but you can see it's very subtle, but just kind of a cool look. So I'm going to get those 3 put on the back here. And what we're going to try to do is put it onto an area that is, well, it doesn't show good, does it? We'll put it on the back of a white area where it's not going to show through as much. Where did they put it? They put it on the bottom. It looks like they kind of went like that. 1, 2. I can do this. I don't have my take your pick tool going. That's probably what my problem is. And 3. That. Okay. Okay. There we go. And that goes on the front. And they are showing it to be on this kind of off to one side a little bit. So just so it's fairly straight and kind of off to one side, like so. And then just give that adhesive a little press. And you really can't see it. Like I cannot see that on the back. So that's cool, because sometimes that's the hard part with vellum, is disguising that on the back. Then we are gonna get our yellow banner here. And this is what you stamp with the yellow, the bumblebee color. And you stamp the word for everything gets stamped on there. So let's get that going. It'd be better to probably just do all your stamping at once, but however you want to do it. Where's for everything? Here we go. All right, so let's see if this this one. This one works. I just want to make sure. Now the thing about photopolymer, you can kind of curve it. You can make it go different ways. So, but when you don't want to curve it, you just want to make sure it's nice and straight and that you haven't bent it, you know, so that it's a little wavy or something. That's not what you're going for. But it is something, if you do want to move it around and make it curved or something, it is something you can do if you want to. So just got to make sure it's straight for this project anyways. Sorry for my head, but it's hard to see. And I have no idea if I got that in the right spot. No, I don't like that. I did get it kind of in the right spot, but it's crooked. And I don't like that. Can you see it? Yeah. That's why we have two sides. And I might get my head in the way this time so that I can do a better job. So don't mind me. I'll just quick kind of look a little bit better. Okay, that's better. And that gets adhered on underneath with dimensionals. So that kind of pops up a little bit, which it's really nice. That's what I like about dimensionals, is that they do pop up. But they're kind of big, so I'm going to cut them. I'm going to cut one of them and use two smaller pieces so that they don't show. I'm going to put it on the crooked side. That was crooked side, I hope. Yeah. Okay, so there are the dimensionals. And we'll take the liner off. Put those, oh gosh, it doesn't look very straight. Did I do the wrong side? I don't know. All right, I'm just going with it. Thanks for everything. Yay. Next are the sequins, and you can put them wherever you want. They definitely make it look like it's just kind of random. They have one on the bottom and two on the upper right and two on the upper left. So it's just something that you can kind of do your own way, or kind of whatever you feel like doing. There's no right or wrong. It used to be, you know, like you try to balance things out or whatever, but I don't think they do that as much right now. So that one I happen to put in the middle of the flower. You don't have to. But we're putting 5 on. We usually do an odd number. Okay, and one more. Okay, there we are. They're very subtle, but boy, they add a lot of shimmer to it and interest. And we have the layer here that's up a little bit, so that's kind of nice. Let's just kind of see how that looks. Okay, so I really like vellum and tone on tone. So that was the second card. So we have 2 of them done now. And again, I probably would stamp this little flower on here, and that's what I will be doing eventually here. Okay, and we'll put this one away. All right. Card number 3. And again, now in the kit, you have enough to make 3 of each. 3 of each card. I always make 1 exactly the way they come, and then I play with the rest of it and just kind of make whatever. Make alternatives for people. I make other projects, and I'll show you those in a little bit. All right, so for this one, it's showing the supplies that you need are, I love this. Is this gorgeous or what? Oh, this is the kind of thing you make with alcohol ink, and I just love this paper. It's in these colors. It's just, those are right at my kind of, up my alley, so, as they say. Then we have this vellum piece, and that looks very much like this die cut that comes with the coordinating set. Oh my goodness, look at that, would ya? It's very similar. I'm just trying to see if it's Exactly. Oh my goodness, it is. How cool is that? It's exactly the same as this. Although, like when I cut this out, when I use the die, it cuts out just where the white is showing you. It doesn't have anything on the inside, but I didn't know that it was like so close. That's cool. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay, good to know. So you need this vellum piece. You need the green twine stuff. I think it's told me somewhere else how much to cut off, and I'll tell you that in a second. And we need the glue dots and dimensionals, and they all have the 5 sequins on them. These there. And we need this, this one. We also need the yellow ink. And you are amazing. So we're going to be stamping yellow. Bumblebee is actually what it is. Ugh. And you are amazing. And you are, if you're watching my show, you're amazing. How corny is that? Okay, so let's see if this fits. I think it does. All right. Now, how can I get it straight? What do you think? I'm going to try. So if my head gets in the way, sorry. Just going to try to do it quickly. All right. There we go. All right. Done with the stamping part of it already. There's not much else that I know of to be stamping with. And, all right, so I'm going to go to the instructions portion of this, and it'll tell us how to put it together. All right, so number 1, it says cut a piece 26 inches. So this I had already cut, and I did cut 26 inches, and you'll see what we do with that. So then it's showing to use the die cut piece and put 3 pieces or 3 glue dots on there. So it just shows them by these dots. There aren't any really written instructions for these because they're trying to make it so any language would be able to tell just by looking at it. So that's why our instructions are just basically pictures, images to show you what to do. So what we're gonna do, it looks like though, before we adhere this vellum, we need to wrap the green twine around it and tie a bow on the side. So what we'll do then is take this and take our card base, which has that on the front, and I want it to be tied eventually right here in a bow. So I am going to kind of leave a little extra on the side so I'll have enough to tie the bow. And then we wrap it around twice. There's 1 and 2. Looks like I need a little bit more. Okay. Make sure I have enough to actually tie the bow. And I want it to be kind of tight. And so we will tie a bow right here on the side. Hoping you can see that okay. Bows are never easy to tie when someone's watching. I need a little more on this one. There we go. All right, so let's see if I can do this, huh? Okay, like that. And then we'll do the little bow part. There's not a lot of extra to hang on to here, so it's not too easy. But what you do is you start out with it looking terrible, and then you play with it and make it look better. So you tie and then fuss. I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing very well. So one of my loops is too long. I got to figure out which one. There we go. Oops. All right, that's getting there. And so we're doing the fuss part. I want a little bit of, I'm going to be trimming the tails, so you don't have to worry about it if they're not even. I just kind of want nice loops on there, and then just going to trim that. There's not much for tails, but that's okay. We just are going to have the label kind of go right up to it. So I'm just going to adjust this a little, get it where I want it. And you can, you know, splay them out a little bit if you want, or you can just leave them however you would like to do that. And just want that bow kind of on the side. All right, so next we're going to adhere this vellum piece like I was talking about before. So on the back, like I'm trying to see if there is a back. Yeah, I can kind of tell one side is a little brighter, so that would be the front. And I am going to put, it looks like they're saying to put it down on, see this diagram shows where they're putting the 3 glue dots, and it's kind of down, straight down from that rose. I don't know if you can see very well, but you would have your own instructions, you know, if you would need that. And it really makes it pretty clear. So I'm going to go, it goes about, I think it's going to go down on this. 1, 2, and 3. Oops. All right. And then we're going to be adhering that onto the card front, over top of the twine that we just was using there, just tied on there. Okay. I don't know if anybody's commenting. It's not loading any for me. Everybody might be on vacation or something too, but so I apologize if I'm missing it. It just does that sometimes. I'm just trying to see. I have to figure out why this doesn't work very well like that lately. It's kind of bugging me. All right, so I'm going to adhere this down then with the rose part here, and I think the part that is down that has the adhesive is going to be a little bit covered up by the label. So you want your adhesive dots to be a little bit, you know, like right close to this bow. And it looks like it's to the left a little of center, but about there maybe. Okay. And then we're going to put our sentiment on top, and that gets put on with 2 dimensionals on the back. And those you can tell, but they're just kind of this little octagon shape. And that's how I can tell in the instructions that that's what they're referring to, rather than the glue dots. It's just the shape, and they're a little bit bigger. All right, so there's 2 that are on there. We'll take the liner off of each and put that kind of by the bow and cover up our adhesive. So like that. I got to make sure it's straight. Was not straight. Okay. All right. That's that. You can see the vellum just kind of makes it subtle. It does show the background through though, which is kind of nice. And then you get that pop of yellow and green on there. Next is, as with the others, the last thing to put on are the sequins. And we'll put those, let's see, another smattering, 5 of them. And one goes, I'll put one down here, and then we'll have like 2, whoops, I didn't get one that time, it stuck to my finger. And I'll put one here. It just kind of fills in some of those empty areas and adds a little shimmer. Okay. Like so. Okay, yay, there we are, done. You see a little shimmer on there. And now these don't have anything on the inside. That's something you could add, or of course leave them blank if you want. But, and I would, again, I would decorate and stamp something on the envelope. But those are the projects that come in the kit, and that's how they're instructed to go together. Of course, I like to do other things with it, so I am going to show you a fun fold that has a special slider to keep it closed. So I had some of it ready ahead of time, and I am going to pull that in now. Okay. I did a bunch of stuff ahead of time because I knew it would kind of be getting long by this point. So I'm going to explain to you what I did was I took, oh, I got something on here. I took the envelope, and I have an embossing machine, and I embossed something that I'm having on the actual card. So I embossed the flap of the envelope to add a little bit of texture, and it's an embossing folder that we have that has flowers on it. Let's see here, it's called Pretty Flowers Embossing Folder, and so that's what I used for that embossing. And then I also, what I did was I took one of our card bases, and this one normally would get folded like that, but what I did was I folded it inward like so. That's the same base of the one we just made. So you can see this. If you open it, you can see that it's the same, right? Okay, it's the same. And what I did was, though, I measured into the center, which is 2 1/8 in and 2 1/8 in, and I scored it. And that makes it fold into the center. And I'm going to probably have it oriented horizontally. And that's called a gatefold. I mean, this is typically what a gatefold you think of is like this, but I'm just going to turn it sideways. And I'm going to have a way to lock it or keep it closed. So that's where I got this paper from. Now you can see this has that same pretty flowers on it, and I put just this portion of the card through the embossing machine, with the folder. I put it through like that so that it only embossed this one panel. And then what I did, if you're a new crafter, you're going to be thinking I'm talking a different language, but I took Versamark ink and I patted it, swiped it on here, and then I used clear embossing powder and I melted it, and that gives you this shimmer that's on there. That makes it shiny. Kind of see that a little bit. And that is how I got it to look like that, okay? I'm going to move this out of the way. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is show you how to make the rest of it, this mechanism. I also took a piece of white, or actually I used the same color. This is called Fresh Freesia. That's what color comes in the kit for this. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was, yeah. Let's see. I think it's Fresh Freesia. Yeah, that's our Fresh Freesia color. Then what I did was I used the this die that I showed you earlier, and I cut out on a scrap of the Fresh Freesia this image, and you did the same thing with, I patted it with the Versamark embossing ink. It's just kind of this sticky stuff, and then you pour the clear on it, and so I did the exact same thing as I had done on here with the clear embossing powder and melted it. So this is like, not something that everyone has all the stuff to do, but I just kind of wanted to show you how you can really expand with what you get in the kit. So whether you are a new crafter or experienced, you're going to find many different fun ideas on how to use your kit. All right, so this is going to be the card front. Then I have this. This is just going to be a decorative piece, and I'm going to put that onto here, okay? But what I'm going to do is make a mechanism so that it will slide to keep it closed. And to do that, I need those circles that I had, I said it earlier and I did have it in the description. You need 3 circles that are the same size. It does not have to be this exact size. Maybe you have other sizes available. This is about 2 and almost 2.5, 2 and 3/8, pretty much. And it comes from the set of layered circles that are in our catalog. The word I was looking for. I was going to see if I had those right here that I could show you. I wonder if this is it. Yes. So this is kind of how they come. It's a really big set of circles. Some are scalloped and some are not. So it has all of these in there. Does it say how many? Layering circles, dies, and there are 16 of them in here. So it's really handy. You can use these in many ways. You can layer them. So you'd have like a scallop circle, and then you could take a plain one on, that you cut out and have them layered. A lot you can do with these, but I just used them to make cut out a plain 3 plain circles that are 2 and 3/8. And again, you can use whatever size circles you're able to get. If you have a punch, or however, you could use squares or something too. So to make this, I'm going to take these 2 circles that are these plain ones. It doesn't matter. This isn't really going to show. And what I'm going to do is I'll put it on here so you can see better. Just going to fold this in half. And I'm going to press it with my bone folder. Gotta use this one, a fancy one. Okay, there's one. And then we'll do the same thing again, like that, okay? And this is going to go on the back of this one. I'm going to be adhering them, and the folded edges are going to go together like this. So you're going to try to do it so that it doesn't really show from this side, okay? So what I'm going to do, just to make it quicker, I'm going to use my steel. You could use, actually, I'm going to use the liquid Tombow, because the nice thing about using liquid glue is you can set it down on your project and you can kind of wiggle it into place until it grabs. And that's really nice when you want to be precise like this. So I am going to put a thin amount. I'm just kind of putting it around on here, just very little. I don't know if you can see. It's not a lot. It's hard to see it. Just a little thin layer. And I'm going to be putting it on the back side of this and then scooting it into place. And I'm just looking in the front, making sure it's not showing, and adhering that down. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just a thin layer. I really like this glue because it's strong, but it does give you that little extra time, because like some of the stronger glues that aren't liquid, you cannot move it. Once you touch it down, it's not gonna move. So if you don't get it in the right spot, then you're kind of going, oh man, bummer. So here is our actually, what color is this again? It's our Fresh Freesia. And then we have those 2 that are adhered on the back with the folded sides together. And this is going to make our closure. So what we do is, I don't know how to show you this very well, but this part goes like this. Each side of the gate goes like this. There we go. Okay? So it is held together by this mechanism that's on the back, and it just kind of slides back and forth. Okay. If you don't like doing it that way, now sometimes once you get it put down, you kind of have to coax it into place. Maybe kind of fold those edges or those lines just a little bit more. I'm going to be getting this all dirty. And another, like I was going to tell you, another way to put this on is if you would just go half and then half like that. I don't know what's on that. All right, like so. So now all we have, now isn't that easy? Like that is so easy, but you can you see there that it's on the inside is the parts of that circle that we have on the back of that, on the back. Those go on the inside of the gate part, okay? I think you can do this with other shapes also. So once I get this on here, then I'm going to be able to know exactly how I want it decorated, so that you don't want to decorate it first and then put it on, because it might not be going the right direction. So, there we go. Scoot that into the middle where you're going to want it. And now that is why I had this already done, because I'm going to put this on here, and then we'll be able to add other things, the sentiment, but it's already cut. I used the same size die to cut this out of that die cut so that it would fit right on this circle the way we want it to fit, okay? Just like that. So now to get this adhered on, I'm going to use the same Tombow again, and I need like a scrap. Here we go. And I'm going to just sponge this on. I usually just have a sponge that I use just for glue for this type of a situation, where you're wanting to pat glue onto something. And then you can just dip it in and put it all around on there, as you'll see me do here in a second. Make a little pool. Because this is such a fine piece of paper, to get it all on there with the actual glue nozzle will make a mess. So this way it will just be where I want it to be. And I'm just going to dab it around on there. And it should be fine. I don't have to worry about it getting any on the front, because typically what it does is makes it shiny. But this is already shiny, so I don't have to worry about it you know, affecting that. So I don't know if I want it that way or this way. Either way looks nice, I guess. I'll do it this way. Now this is the same color paper, but since it's been embossed, even though it's just clear, it really did kind of change the color. It made it darker looking, which is kind of nice, because then it really shows. And what I want to do now is put a sentiment on here somewhere, and I'd like to put on a little ribbon and probably some sequins. Why not? I kind of like those that came with it, so I'm going to maybe just use some more of those, unless I don't find them. I guess that's probably a possibility. So what I'm going to do next is, and I think it's glued down pretty well, I do want to adhere this panel to the inside so that there's a little more interest on the inside, and we can stamp and decorate that as well. So I'm going to use the same adhesive and kind of just do a real thin. Again, we just don't want it to ooze out on the sides, because then that does show because of the shininess that it leaves behind if there's some of the glue that oozes out. So just keep it in mind when you're putting on the glue that could happen, and you don't want it to. It also covers up the middle seam that was the center, or that was the side fold for the card originally, but we altered it and changed it, and so it covers up this so that you don't see that on the inside. It does show on the back, but I don't think it matters. What I could do is just wrap ribbon around it or something, but what we want to do now is use sentiments. I think I'm going to use the sentiments that come with this, at least for part of it. I'm going to say happy birthday. I'm going to actually stamp it. And I think I'm just going to use something that comes with the kit. One of those, I do like having those ready cut pieces that come with these kits. They usually give you extras so you can use on other projects. So I just want to make sure that the happy birthday will fit on there. I had to cut it apart for a different thing, but yeah, that's going to fit perfectly on there. And so I am going to punch this out. Now, if you don't want the green border showing, you can just use the back. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And now I want to use, I could use the Fresh Freesia color. I could use the pink, or I could even use, what color would that be? Maybe, I don't know, maybe our, what do you think? That would work too. I guess our Highland Heather, whatever you prefer. And there's a little darker is that one, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the pink. Actually, I'm going to use a different pink, polished pink. There, I think that's what the color actually is that it matches. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to get a block for my sentiment. Is this long enough? Probably not. I need a little bit longer one for this. So this is a little big, but it'll work. I'm going to just put it together where it was going to be anyways, or where it came, or how it came, kind of just like that. And put it on the block. And then I'll just go ahead and stamp that right on there. Now I'm going to just test it because I don't want it to, you know, like be like funky. I always do a test stamp just to see how it looks. Ugh, gosh. Is that me just being too fast? Yeah, okay, that worked. That looks nice. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll put that, I'll stamp that on there. Again, big head lady in the way. But I want it to turn out, and it did, yay. Happy birthday. That is going to go on the front, and I'm going to put a different sentiment on the inside. So, if we have this, like this, and this can go here or wherever you like it. I am just going to put dimensionals on the back. Give it a little scrub first so I don't get everything all messed up. All right, so that is done. These just stick to the cover. Okay. All right. And I'll just need 2 dimensionals for that. And you know, you could sponge it a little bit, or one thing I just saw somebody do recently that I don't know, it just added a lot on her project. I'll see. And that is just to take one of these blending brushes and just very, very lightly kind of go over on the white, and it just, I mean, just really, really, really lightly, just to kind of add a little interest to it, and it just looked really cool on hers anyways. Just kind of makes it not so stark, maybe. Yeah, that looks like it was made right for that. Okay. And I'm thinking I might get a different type of sequins for this, or you're like a whatever gem or those bling, I guess. I'm going to get something different than came in the kit. You could definitely use that though. Okay. All right. Wow, I'm kind of liking it. I hope you are. How are we coming? Sam is here. He probably said that ages ago. Hi, Sam. Wow, I'm over an hour. I gotta hurry. This is getting too long. So let's add a little bling and some ribbon. So I'm gonna grab some ribbon for this, and I just want, I could go with the pink, or I could go subtle. Maybe I'll go with this. That'll be subtle. And then for the actual, I'm looking for some like little gems and sequins or something like that for it. Okay, so for this, even just to have like a knot would be cute up here. Get that out of the way. I don't know what I want to do here. Let's just tie a bow. Now if you haven't done a lot of bows, here's the bunny ears. Cross one over the other, fold it down and pull it through the loop. Okay. And then we do our fussing, if you recall. Almost done. Some people have like bow jigs and stuff like that. Oh, jeez, that are kind of nice. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to do a little knot. Keep it simple. Okay. Like that. I can trim it down more if I need to. And for some reason, I'm not knowing where I put my big tub of sequins. I don't understand because I always have it right here. Probably I moved it. Oh, there they are. I'm going to grab some. All right, so we need like pink or... What I'm going to get here, guys, are the in colors. There we go. How's that? I'm using the 2021 to 2023 in color jewels. And I don't even think I've opened this one. Ooh-wee. So let's grab a couple out of here. It's got several colors that would work. It's got the pink would work well as the fresh freesia. That's what these are here. So those will be able to be used for that. I do want to find the knot that I just had. Okay, I covered that. Figure out where to put that guy. I mean, this could even be a little bit more on the side like that, depending on where you want it. And I don't know where I want this for sure, but I'll just put it on this, I guess. Even though it's not really my favorite, but it's okay. I'm going to get a glue dot. The glue dots work the best, in my opinion, with ribbon. So I'm going to put the ribbon on the project. So you just kind of put it down on there, and that pulls the glue dot off. And then you decide where you want to put it. I could kind of do this too. That might be better. And then I'll trim it. And kind of lay it down a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in those adhesive things. They come in, looks like 2 sizes. I'll use 3 of them. I'm going to use the pink. So we'll go, put one on here. And we're going to put one here. And a little one. There. Okay, so here is our sliding mechanism that keeps your card closed, and there's our card. What do you think? Think somebody would like getting that one? All right, so I think that's good for tonight. Now I'm going to be putting a sentiment in the inside, you know, decorating that a little bit, but you get the idea of, I just wanted you to see this mechanism thing, how you can make that for any card. It doesn't have to be just, you know, like I'm showing you. You can use it in many, many ways. in other shapes also. So hopefully you enjoyed that. There. What do you think? Oh, goodness. We made it through another Facebook Live, so thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions about this or any of the products that I used, or if you need any help with anything, let me know. I'm very happy to help you with that. I think that's all we need. Go to keepintouchcrafts.com if you'd want to go see my website. And if you wanted to shop, that's where you do that. But I hope you're doing well and that you have a great rest of your week. And thanks for stopping by, and keep in touch. Thanks. Bye.